Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas
and Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 548 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Jake. He writes, Vidas, my goal as an organ player is to be able to play organ for worship services regularly. The three things that are holding me back the most are 1. Lack of consistent practice. 2. Lack of knowledge of what to practice. I need help building a practice schedule based on an organ method book. I'm using the Red Book by Roger Davis, but I do also own the Little Organ Book by Peters. 3. Lack of access to a working organ. Let's say, Ausra, you only had those two books by Roger Davis and by Flor Peters. Would that be enough?
Well, I don't know the book by Peters actually, but I know that by Roger Davis we own it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot, talk about Peters' book because I don't know it, but I can talk about Roger Davis' book. He has good repertoire, but actually I wouldn't suggest you to using the Baroque pieces from this book because definitely we are not edited in historically accurate manner.
Yes.
So basically, if you really need to know a good textbook for your practice and both sides of like romantic and modern and early techniques, you need to get Richard Stauffer book because it's very comprehensive and it has nice selection of pieces and it's a really good book. It gives you a good idea how things need to be played.
It's like a treatise basically. Nowadays people don't write treatises, right? But before, let's say, 20th century, there were a number of organ performance practice treatises written, let's say, for playing flute by Johann Quantz, for playing, violin by Leopold Mozart, for playing clavier by let's say C.P.E. Bach, right? Those are very thick volumes and very comprehensive. They encompass a variety of topics, basically everything you need to know as a particular performer and even creator. They talk about creative issues as well, improvisational issues for performance practice styles. So the same is with Richard Stauffer book. It's very complex and comprehensive. I think if you get this volume, you will stick with it for several years at least until you finish. Plus, you will regularly come back to it, like a compendium, like a encyclopedia in a sense. Richard Stauffer did George Stauffer and George Ritchie, they're both different. They have different personalities. Stauffer did the musicological research, and George Ritchie did the organ exercise parts, performance practice research, and they both cooperated really well.
Yes, I think it's really successful book, so I strongly recommend it for anybody that wants to learn to play organ well. Another thing about consistency of practice, well, you cannot succeed if you will not practice consistently. And if you want to play service regularly, then do it. And this will push you into a consistent practice. If you will have, let's say, worship to play every week, every Sunday, and maybe if you will start to play at the church regularly, you will get to practice on that instrument regularly, and this will solve your problem number 3, the lack of access to a working organ.
Yes, but you have to still have basic skill to have in order to be invited to play for services.
Yeah,
Before you have the skill, maybe you could volunteer, right? You could volunteer from time to time, like once a month, let's say. Not once a week, but it's too much, but maybe once a month. Once a month, you prepare a few hymns, maybe a prelude and postlude, and that would be your goal for 1 month. And little by little, you get acquainted with the congregation this way. You get known in the congregation. You build reputation within that circle. People start to trust you, and sometimes they even ask you to play more and more regularly, right? And by the time it happens, you will have acquired a decent skill for service playing, I think.
That's right.
That's what our student and friend John Higgins from Australia has done. At first, he volunteered, just basically, he started from scratch. He didn't study in the music school or conservatory. He started studying with us online, and then became our total organist student. Was very curious, asked many questions. We created many training programs based on his ideas and struggles. And little by little, not only he started playing in services, but he started playing recitals.
Yes.
And in recent years, he even came to Vilnius play a recital on the largest pipe organ in Lithuania.
He published his DVD as well.
Yeah. This is an example what can you achieve if you set your mind to it, if you have a, let's say, growth mentality and not limited mentality. Limited mentality is like you say, I lack those 3 things or many things, 7 things, 8 things, and I'm frustrated, right? And growth mentality says that yes, I have those struggles and challenges, but with consistent practice, I can overcome anything.
True. Consistency is a very useful tool.
But well, let's be honest, it's not easy to do it, and because it's not easy, a lot of people quit half time or haven't progressed at all. They quit before even they start seeing the results. Right? Because if you start seeing the results, you get hooked. It's easier to continue. It's easier to continue when you start playing for the church service and people start to compliment your playing in a nice manner, even though you feel you're not really worth it. But sometimes people, see the good side in your playing as well. And even a relative beginner can play very simple things relatively well. from time to time, not always, right? Because many times you will panic or slip or freeze. But from time to time, those things, good things will happen and congregation will notice. So it's important for Jake to have this growth mentality, and I think to say that anything is possible. And actually to have a higher goal, not only to play for church services, but something a little out of reach. I would say it's very good, because if you reach for the stars and only get to the moon, it's not so bad.
True.
What can you add, Osha, to my long spiel?
I think you are right. I couldn't agree more.
Thank you, guys. This was Vidas.
And Usha.
Please send us more of your questions. We love helping grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your SS courses and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you were teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material, as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Osha, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Osha and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Osha from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.